Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel for another speed build. Today I am renovating the Drake Hall University housing in Britechester University, and this is for an upcoming Let's Play that's going to be my first one on this YouTube channel. So if you're not subscribed already, make sure to hit that button so that you get notified of the Let's Play and everything else that I've got coming up, which should be pretty exciting. I'm a bit nervous for it because I've never done one before, but hopefully it should be really fun. I've thought of a concept that I'm really excited for that should bring in lots of different packs that I own and a bit more information about myself and my life, and it should be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. But I decided to renovate this because I think that I want my main character to go to Britechester University, and so I just thought it would be a fun thing to do rather than using the EA build to make my own and swap it around, and I can give it a bit more personality as well. So I've tried to clutter it all up and make the bedrooms unique to different roommates that I might have while I'm having my time at university. So this is what the speed build is of. I'm actually filming this on a Sunday afternoon now. I tried to film it in the morning and got 17 minutes into my audio and then realised that the microphone capture wasn't working. So I'm starting again, and I'd kind of got into a routine of getting videos ready for a Friday upload, but I've been so busy this week that I didn't manage to. I've been streaming and setting up stream and working, doing job interviews, all the other stuff that I've got to do anyway. So it's been a busy week. But on Wednesday I did my 7th ever stream and I got affiliate. So in the middle of my stream I got the email to say that I'd been accepted onto the programme, which now means that I can grow my channel even further. So that's really exciting, and I can't believe that I hit it in 10 days when the minimum is 7 days. So I'm overwhelmed by the support, but we've been having lots of fun over there. The link, if you did want to come and catch me on Twitch for a live stream sometime, is down below. And if you hit the follow button in Twitch, you will get notifications when I'm going live. And my Twitter also is where I post it on. So make sure you check down below and you can follow my socials. But yeah, it's been a really fun time. There's been loads to set up with panels and links, and I had to do tax stuff and all the things that go into streaming behind the scenes that until I was a streamer I didn't really know. And it's not finished yet. I've got a long way to go. I need to start commissioning emotes and getting maybe a character or something that I want for my emotes, but lots to think about. It's really fun. It's hard work to juggle everything, but I'm used to being busy, so it's pretty good for that. So I didn't build this on stream. I've started a few other projects. I did a pub on stream and finished the house that's going into my next video. So I've been pre-recording a little bit for Halloween as well, which is why this pro took a back seat, but lots of exciting things to come. So while I've been rambling, the speed build's just been playing in the background, and I decided first that I wanted to take the elevator out of the middle. Well, two things. The elevator out of the middle, I didn't like that because I didn't think it was realistic that a sim or a person could go from like the ground floor up an elevator and then just come out of the elevator straight into the middle of the room. That just seems really dodgy, and you could get anyone walking into your living room and into all your space, so I didn't like that. So I thought I'd make another entryway that's a bit separate. You could lock the door if you wanted to people coming in, and then the other thing I didn't like was the massive bathroom right in the middle, so I've put that to the side as well. So I gutted the entire place first right at the beginning, took everything out, and then I just left the wallpaper and some lights in there so that I could see. And then I did the floor plan and placed these sort of placeholder beds and tables, and so just so that I would know which room I've allotted for each thing. And this build started quite slowly for me. I kind of had to take a few breaks. I wasn't in the headspace for it when I sat down to do it. I know I needed to because I want to play in it and I wanted to get something really fun and cluttered and creative, but it just didn't. It came quite slowly. So I started off with the bathroom because you don't need to do too much with that. They're quite simple things to do. And we've got 3 toilets and 3 showers and 2 sinks, which I think for 9 people is probably okay. That's sort of three people to a shower and to a toilet, which I don't think is too bad. And in university where we had shared bathrooms, I think you only had sort of 4 stalls and maybe 2 showers for a floor of like 26 people, and you never had to wait in there. I didn't live there, but I knew a friend that did, and she said she never had to wait for showers or toilets or anything, so I think it would work out pretty well. And then I wanted to create this study so that all of the roommates would have to do all of their work in here, and it could be quite sort of a hub of the communal area, and all the skill building and the studying and the research could all happen here. And I think roommates autonomously do their uni work, so that could be quite cool. And I was a big library goer when I was at university, especially in the last year. I just felt that it really, getting up out of bed, getting dressed, getting out with all of my food that I needed for the day, and then just sitting in the library. I was always in the silent rooms as well, because I can't work with music on. So I was always in the silent room, and pretty much every single day for the whole of the start of this year, I think I had like 6 days off, full days off, where I didn't do anything else or any uni work by about March time. So I worked super hard, but I was always in the library, and I found that was best for me. So I created this study space, and then the communal area that I'm just making here, which is with the TV, and you've got a ping pong table, you've got some sort of posters and dining rooms and things, just a really communal space. I made that much more modern and a bit more sleek and cozy to be in, and made sure that everyone had a place to sit. And just, I tried to put in some small details. So I was using the new Island Living wallpaper, because I got Island Living in the sale last week, along with Dine Out and Nifty Knitting. But I haven't downloaded that game pack and stuff pack into my game yet, because I enjoy sort of seeing a pack for what it is, rather than having my computer and my game overloaded with too much new stuff. I like to know where each pack came from and then be creative with just those things. So on stream at the moment, actually, I'm making a beach house in Sulani, which is my first build there. So that's really exciting, and I love the world. It's so beautiful and detailed, and there are just so much vegetation, and it's incredible. Though, probably for the first time of getting a new pack, and it's probably because I'm much more into YouTube and Twitter now than I was, but I just noticed how bad and how sparse the EA builds were. And I think it was quite frustrating when I looked around the houses. So I completely see why Simmers do saves, files, and renovate all of them, and the gallery is such a lifesaver for that. If you weren't a builder, you could still have all these incredible builds that you can just drag and drop into your game. So I'm so thankful for the gallery. Britechester is the sporty university of the two. So Foxbury in the Discover University pack is the more academic university. So Britechester, I wanted to put sort of like a really large university spirit around, and they've got the table tennis area with some footballs and things that they can play with. But I changed up this poster area so that it was on a corkboard, because I didn't quite like the Island Living idea of having an entire wall filled with like a sort of corkboard looking wallpaper. So I put it on an actual corkboard, and these sort of things do take quite a while to get in the right place, and sometimes they can glitch out or they can move, and yeah, it can be quite frustrating, but I think it worked okay, and it makes a really nice entrance space. And I decided to use the half walls because the main room felt a bit big, and I thought the half walls broke it up a bit, and also it would be practical. Like if you had ping pong balls flying everywhere, if you had walls to stop them, that would probably be really useful. So I thought that worked quite well, but it is quite dark there with that black flooring. And put loads of posters around the place, because I just feel like if people are in a sports team, they're usually very, very loyal to the place that they went to university or high school or wherever it may be. But especially in my university, and we have this thing called varsity, which might also happen in the US, but it's where even if you don't play it, you don't know what the game is, loads of people from the university go and support the first team, which is the best players, who compete against like our arch rivals. So we had that it happened twice a year for rugby and a few times for all the other sports, and everyone would pile into the big stadiums and watch the game and then go and party afterwards, especially if we won, which I think we did the few times that I went. It was just a really fun evening, but there's so much school spirit, and everyone would come in, like, especially if you're in a sports team, you'd come in a special outfit that they had, which was called your wands, and it was just awesome to see, and it was just a really big social event. So that's why I put loads of Britechester colours around and all those big posters and "We hate Foxbury" and things. It's quite realistic for what actually happens at university. And I started making the bedrooms, and I was still going quite slowly at this point and stopping in between like each room and not really knowing the direction I wanted to go. So this first one's quite generic. I think the first and the last ones are quite generic because the last one I was running out of time before work to finish, so I just thought I did my best, and I left it quite simple. And this one as well, it turned out to be much more of like a nerdy room into sort of science and maybe a few like interesting hobbies, like into clowns and other interesting art. So I've alt placed like flower pots and books and things into the wardrobes, and then throughout the rooms I've tried to use the same furniture, because that's really common in universities where they're a company, they bulk buy in their furniture for their halls of residence, so everyone's is sort of the same, and then you bring your furnishings, so your sheets and pillows and all the clutter that you want to put in, that's what you bring to make your room look your own. So I always brought one painting that I love. I got it from, I can't remember where, I think London, one of the big parks there, they have an outdoor gallery where you can buy the paintings, and I must have been 14 or 13 and I saw it. Well, there were so many incredible ones, it took me ages to decide, but I saw the one that I have and I loved it, and I haggled my way down to, I think it was like £60 or something, and my parents bought it for me, and I took that to all of my different university houses, and I love it. It makes me happy every morning. So I went for a landscape, so I thought I'd put, like, everyone probably has their own painting that they bring or poster that they bring to university, so that's what I've tried to incorporate on the walls. And then here I'm making sort of probably a roommate that I want to create that might wear flares and is really one of the cool girls in university and into her plants and her makeup and her skincare routines, and just one of those generic sort of cool girls that are going around. And we had loads of those in my university. I couldn't pull off the style in any way, so it's quite alien to me, but that's what I went for with them. And then got one with the Britechester colours, and he's sort of like a jock, he's on the football team, he's really into tributing to the university and loves it, and probably one of the coolest guys around campus that all the girls fancy and all the guys want to be. That's sort of what I had for the jock guy that I'm going to create in Kaz at some point. And then we've got a more nerdy sort of subdued person, maybe into anime and video games, into the future and space travel, and so they're much more geeky and nerdy. And this room, which is the second bedroom that I furnished, that's when I started to really hit my stride with this build, and it all sort of, I started to get really excited and I just wanted to continue. And that, considering where I had started, which was probably like one of my slowest builds that I've done recently, was so nice to feel, because when I started making like the personalities for the roommates that I wanted and could see that I was hitting my stride with the cluttering and making it all look quite lived in and fun, I just got so excited. So I wanted a double bed in the build as well, because you never know when you're going to need a double bed. So this is probably going to be my main character's room, and I sort of envisage that she's going to live there with her best friend, and they share the bedroom. The main character gets the main bed, and then you've got sort of an arty type that gets the single bed in the corner, but they kind of share everything that they've got. They share clothes and space, and they've decided what clutter they want to put in together. So yeah, a really friendly thing where they're excited to live together for the next year. So I went to town with this room as well, and it's probably one of my favourite bedrooms I've made for a while, especially when I get sort of the wallpaper and the floors how I want them, I think it just makes it pop and look really fun. But the idea for this Let's Play has really come together since the new pack was released, or not released but shown and unveiled, because I was, as I spoke in my last video, I was going to do a Runaway Teen challenge to Silani with one of the characters in my legacy save file at the moment called Leah, and that's on my YouTube channel. It's the last video I created, which was last week, where you can see her whole family tree and everything that I've done in that save file. And that's where I was going to go with it for over the next months, but since the announcement of Snowy Escape, I've completely changed what I want to do. I never really get the packs on time, and so I really don't want to look at Snowy Escape in like March time where it's all getting warmer. It's very much a winter pack, so it's a perfect time that it's coming out, but I think I should get it now. I mean, it's so personal to me, considering that this winter I wanted to be going to France or Austria for a ski season, which I've talked about before on my channel, and so I'm really upset that I can't do that. But now I can live vicariously, so that's exciting, and it's probably going to be one of the first packs that I actually pre-order. But it has meant that I've decided to change my entire progression for where I wanted my content and where I wanted my gameplay to go, and my own personal stuff. So it freaked me out the first day, and it was really overwhelming because I was like, oh no, I've got to scrap everything. But I've actually come up with something that I'm really excited for. So that pack's going to feed into this Let's Play after a while, and yeah, it's kind of, I would like to hear what everyone else thinks about the pack, because what I've seen so far is that it's actually been a really positive release and everyone's really excited for it, as am I. It's probably the most excited I've been for a while, because I think it means that all of my current hobbies are now in The Sims 4, which is so awesome, which means I can sort of play it exactly how I want, and it's something that I could really get on board with. So do let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. And so I am excited for this Let's Play, but I am nervous because it's going to be my first one. So it's not going to be polished or good to start off with, most likely. So if anyone does at any point have constructive criticism that's kind, do feel free to let me know, and I will, because I want to make the best content I can and make it as engaging as possible. So it's all going to be a learning curve, I think. But yeah, I'm excited, and do tune in for that. So I'm now in the final bedroom, and this yellow section I thought would go for someone that maybe is studying languages, really into culture and candles and all those things. And then the purple one, which I end up changing because I could not match the wallpaper to a purple bed for the life of me. So I changed that, and then I thought that might go to sort of a hippie guy that's maybe into yoga and all his scented oils and, I don't know, tarot reading or something like that. So I've really gone to town with stereotypes of people probably in this. It's not meant in any way, it's just sort of where my mind went with all these things. But I wanted to leave the green section empty so that it looked unlived in. So we'll see who, I don't know, maybe autofills or something for that one. And that could be quite fun to advance when maybe people come into the Let's Play or not. So I've left that one empty, where if you download this yourself, you could make that however you wanted. And I'm pretty much done now. So I will be seeing you back on this channel for the use of this flat very soon. Let me know what you think about the build down below. And I decided not to go through sort of a run of the place, because you're going to see it on the Let's Play and it's going to be used, and you're going to have to tune in for that if you want to see how this flat functions, and tell me whether or not you like it. So thank you so much for watching this. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.